Hey, y'all. Listen, I just got a text from one of my girls. She was like, "Girl, I just heard you clearing your throat." Hey, listen, I had to let me clear my throat. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. I hope you had a good morning. I hope you had a very good morning. And it's Monday. It's Monday. It's Make Sense Monday. And you're listening to the Noontime, My Time podcast. I am Miss Tanya. Yes, I am. I'm here with you. I'm here to engage you in conversation. I am. There's things that we need to be talking about, things that are important. Some things might not be as important, but people are talking about them. And hey, listen, we can talk about them too, because there's always a different way to look at it. There's always another lesson that can be learned. There are valuable lessons in everything. And today we're going to be talking about Zion Williamson. Yes, I don't know what's going on, South Carolina. I don't know what's going on. But he's another one of our NBA athletes, bred right here in South Carolina. Not very long ago, we were having conversation about Ja Morant. But today, we've got to have a conversation about Zion. Now, let me just say this, because we get into the conversation and everybody get into the chat and everybody is allowed to have their conversation. But if you've been rocking with me, you know that I'm here to have the larger conversations. We're not here to judge. We're not here to shame. Because we've all had relationships and complicated relationships. We have, for all sorts of reasons. But there's something going on behind this. There is. And I'm going to be having a conversation today with Isaac Wilson. We're going to get on in here and have a conversation. Yeah. But before we do that, before I get into the conversation, you know what I got to do. You know what I like to do. I like for us to start out with a little bit of breath work. And that's what we're going to do. What I want you to do is inhale to the count of 4. And we're going to hold it for a few seconds. And then we're going to exhale. And we'll hold that for a few seconds. And we'll repeat that a few times. Now, you can close your eyes if you're in a place that you can do that. I don't want you to do that if you're driving. Don't do that if you're driving. Don't do that if you're actually sitting at the desk. If you got your head pods on and you're taking a listen, we'll vibrate with us and listen. But if you can close your eyes, close your eyes. You want to take it a step further, put your hands over your heart and feel that you are alive. That's you. Let's get into it. Inhale to the count of 4. Hold that a few seconds. Exhale. Hold that a few seconds. Inhale again. Hold that a few seconds. Exhale. One more time. Let's inhale. Hold it a few seconds. And exhale. Yeah. Doesn't that feel great? I hope you did the breathing, and I hope you feel great. And if you don't feel great, well, listen, you got the opportunity to do what you need to do and make that happen. Nobody can make that happen but you. But we got stuff we need to be talking about here today. I see we've got Keep the Faith with Tori in the building. How you doing, Keep the Faith with Tori? She's right here with us from D-Town. D-Town is in the building. And she's sharing something with us I didn't know. Keep the Faith with Tori says she went to school with Zion's father. All right. I hear you. She also got me laughing. She was like, let me grab my chips for this one. Ooh wee. She said, I'm here for the comments. She here for the comments. Well, I don't know what that means, but I do know that I am talking with someone who is always looking to have the larger conversation, who's always looking at the bigger picture, who is looking at the behind the scene, who is willing to have his opinion, even if it's not popular. You know who he is. He's a Democratic strategist, South Carolina own. Yes. I got Isaac Wilson in the building. How are you doing, Isaac?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I started out I'm in a mood. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I'm in the mood this morning too.
Yeah, I'm in a mood. So I don't know if it's something in the atmosphere. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the moon was doing last night. Maybe I need to look up my chart. I don't know.
It's the weather.
It has to be that.
It's the weather.
But we need to be talking about Zion. And there's several places we can go with this. But I do know that there's a larger conversation to have. But I'm gonna let you start out when you because we talked about John Morant. How long ago was that? Just a few weeks ago?
Yeah, about 3 weeks ago. Yep.
Yeah. So what is South Carolina grooming? I mean, we grooming some great athletes out here, but are the boys learning anything?
I don't think I don't think they're learning anything. And just a point of information: Zion's mother was actually my gym teacher, my ninth and 10th grade year at Wilson.
Oh
So when
wow.
Zion wasn't in school, Zion would be playing ball with us during fourth block at Wilson when he wasn't in school or he was just with his mom or whatnot. So there is some kind of level of kind of knowing him or knowing his mom.
Right.
Um, but I think one of the things that, why we don't see this stuff coming from the West Coast or coming from up north or Midwest is because they're in bigger cities. They're used to money in some sense. And I think when you talk about the Southeast, we're some of the poorest states. And so we're not used to having all this freedom. And I think once they get the freedom, they want just a little piece of that life that they see on social media or they see their friends doing because they know their parents didn't play that. And so the money makes them want to have just a piece of that pie. We see all the time the person who grew up in Quimby, right? Quimby is supposed to be the suburb area, and and you're not hood or you're not whatever. But we see most of those people trying to live the life to be hood, um, and the
Right.
hood people trying to say no. We trying to live your life. So
Right.
it's wanting a piece of the pie, and I think that money it just enhances it.
Well, listen. I get that, but we've been in these internet streets for many years now, and these guys they're really young men. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I have a son their age, and I'm not downgrading anyone for their age at all. But for me, I could see them like a son. I have a 22-year-old son, and I
Mm-hmm.
feel like these boys, these young men, are being taken advantage of. And I don't know what type of conversations are being had with them because when they make it into, even when they go to college and they're playing college ball, and they've gotten a certain level of recognition and they're on track to what would be to a professional career in whatever sports they're in, because we can take it off basketball for a little bit, but because we pump out a lot of great athletes from here, let's
Right.
just be honest about it. We know a lot. Just in our own area we have so many 6 degrees of separations from really great people. But these young people who are in their 20s right now, you've been in these internet streets for a long time, and your parents have too. So I want to know, like, what type of conversations are being had with them in respect to dating and their life with women, because you see that out there. Are we having those type of conversations with them? Because I feel like, I titled this piece as Trap Women and Young Athletes because these guys are being targeted, in my opinion. I'm saying this from a mother's point of view. Like, I have a son who is their age. Now, he's not into sports or anything like that, but still, we have these older women who are targeting these guys. And not just older women, but some women are definitely going after that athlete. They want to trap them. They want to make sure they have their babies. They want to be taken care of. Because all of these, well, most of these women that are making all of the comments and that he's dealing with, they're at least 10 years older than him.
Right.
I am not comfortable with that. The same way I wouldn't be comfortable with a 30-year-old man approaching my daughter in her 20s, I don't like it the reverse. Are we talking about that?
I don't think we're talking about that, but I think when they get a lot of money, that stuff goes out the window because you you kind of think a little differently. And I'm sure conversations were had about, hey, don't get out here being stupid, don't get out here being silly, hey, watch the company you keep and all that. But when that thing is right in front of your face and you want it, you know you have the money and you know you have the access to make those things happen. So there's not much that parents can do really when they want something and they know they have the ability to do it. You almost would have to have their parents with them every single step of the way to say, nope, nope, she ain't one. Nope, don't go to her. Nope, don't go to her. But when you're out at the club or you're out with your friends and you see that girl that has the body looking right and all that stuff, and she doing what you want her to, what you want her to do because you're Zion, that is a little tough for somebody who's 22 years old.
I agree with you. So I don't blame him. Like, personally, I don't see anything that he really did that upsets me. It's the women who have upset me more than he has upset me. I'm just going to be honest about it. It's the women who have me pissed off because I'm looking at these older gold digging, pursuing young rich athletes, women, and I know that it plays a factor because if he was like 22-year-old Zion, still in college or about to graduate from college, listen, 30-year-old women not get ready to be after him like that.
Right.
They not. And particularly the ones who are, in the professions that they're in. Look at their professions. I mean, they're sex workers. This is what they do. And then when I got an opportunity to see some of the texts and the way that he's having conversation and the text with them, I mean, you can see that he's young. You see the youth. The young man is texting back and forth and he writing with emojis. That's young. You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I'm
he
not
should have never
blaming him.
responded to her in the first place, but you
I
got to have
agree.
the last word.
I agree. Like I feel like somebody did not talk to the brother about the game, and I can't understand it. I don't, and I'm upset about it. And I asked a question about how you felt about older women, going after these young men. But what do you think about that? Because we know that's their intention. But should we have a problem with older women going after these young boys like this?
um, I'll say this: more times than none, who I get coming after me are 26, 27-year olds, 28-year olds, women. They're coming after the older guy. They call them unks because they feel like they got their life together. Some of them got their life together, and the only thing they want to come in and do is be a helpmate and not work as hard. So let me go
But
find
Isaac, hold on
that.
a minute. Hold on. How old are you?
I'm 35.
Okay, Isaac, you're 35.
Right.
I okay, continue.
but that's what we get. We get those kind of women because they feel like I want to just I latch on to somebody who has the career, who has the whatever, and I don't have to do as much. I can go get me a little degree, get me a little job, and I don't have to work as hard. So that's what they're doing. So I can't say that I have a problem with an older woman going after a young man who has money. I don't know. Now, do I talk to these women? No, but it's what's coming after, and so the
Listen to
older
me,
women are
Isaac.
doing the same thing
I
because they see the young women going after the older guy, so they're doing the same thing. It's just that those
dig
young
it.
guys aren't capable of handling it like the young woman would.
I'm there. I'm there with you because I have been there. You understand me?
Right.
But I feel like when it comes to this particular situation, it just sounds more predatory. If it was a natural thing that happened, Isaac, I wouldn't have a problem with that. That's where we can say, you know, age may not be nothing but a number, but I feel like there's a particular age for that. I feel like after 30, anybody 10 years or older, we really talking about grown folks. But the brain scientifically, biologically, is not completely formed until the age of 25. You still making stupid decisions. You
Right.
still making uninformed decisions. And I mean, we make them beyond that. But if we're just going to take it to the biology of things, I just feel like we need to allow young people to be young people. These particular women, it just feels a bit more predatory because it's so intentional. It's not like it was a natural thing that happened.
See,
Because if it was a natural thing that happened, I
but the
don't
thing
think we
is,
would have seen all of that correspondence. I know we wouldn't have seen that. We wouldn't have.
we don't know whether Zion went after her or she went after Zion. And if Zion went after her, then it's not predatory because Zion went after her. So that dynamic hasn't been seen. And it could have been that he went after her and then promised her all this stuff. Promised her all these, wildly insane, futuristic things. So we don't know that dynamic. I think that's probably going to come out, but we just don't know that piece of information or who went after who.
Well, see, you know what? That's why I like talking to you. Because we need to have conversations so that we can hear different points of view. Because I did not quite think of that or think about that. And you're right. You're absolutely right. You know, I can't argue that point at all, at all. I have to say, hey, you're right. But still, we do know that this happens. And this is an issue. And I do feel like it's an issue and a conversation that we need to be having because it's horrible. The way these girls came, I feel like if you love a person, and I know that we all can be hurt, we've all been hurt. Relationships, you're going to go through some types of dramas. We do. But I don't know how sincere with the love you're going to be if you're willing to put a person out like that front page. That was horrible and very immature. He was the younger person, but she displayed more of the immaturity in terms of how she chose to handle the situation. You dig what I'm saying?
I think I'm not upset with either of them, but I put a oneness on Zion in a sense that you got to be careful not to do things like that. But now you've put oh my God, you put a stain on your reputation, the kind of women you date, put a stain on your character because it says that you date these kind of women. Because a girl, she ain't look worth 2 cents. But so now it's almost like, what are you doing? Are you out here after every game just going and getting people and just having sex with them? Are you using protection? Are you like, what are you doing? Because your future is on the line, even with your sexual encounters, with you playing basketball. And people don't want this drama, as we've seen from Ja Morant. People doesn't want this drama, even if it is you out here just having sex willy-nilly. If it creates a sense of drama to a team, you're putting your livelihood in jeopardy. And so we have to talk about that as well if you're going to talk about with Ja. Two totally different situations.
Right.
Definitely. But there's still drama. And it's still you're on the news or you're on social media and you're going viral because you're out here just having sex with women.
Wow. Listen. I agree because the caliber of women that he's dealing with and the amounts of money that he was looking to maintain them, it was outrageous. But now in a small way, and this might sound a little messed up, but I don't know where his head was at. But I feel like at the same time, he knew what he was doing and he didn't know what he was doing. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he knew what he was doing, but he didn't know what he was doing. And the reason why I say he didn't know what he was doing mainly is because he didn't know who he was dealing with. Because he was trying to make that, from just my assumption, what I am interpreting from all of the messaging, like he was looking to secure her in a professional way, right? But anytime that you're going to be having sexual activities with someone, feelings are going to become involved. Clearly feelings got involved. But he was trying to make it transactional, right? And the thing about it is he just didn't know who he was making that transaction with. He didn't know. And that's the part that's so dangerous. There definitely should have been some NDAs. I hate to say it, but you've got to have those non-disclosure agreements when you've got a certain bank and you've got a certain stardom and fame. You do.
I think I think it probably started out, and it's just my personal opinion. I think it started out just one night. Zion was supposed to hit it and leave it, and that older lady put it on him, and he ain't want to leave alone, and that's when he started making the promises um, to keep her around, and
Right.
things just kind of got away from him because he already had a situation going on. But he
Gotcha.
didn't want to leave that alone because she put it on him. So I think it was a
Right.
situation like that.
It, see, and that is the type of conversation that some older men he don't have. Where were the pimp games? Cause listen, he needed to hear some pimp game. And as a woman, I'm not advocating anything necessarily, but these women were working in the sex industry. They were pimping themselves, okay? So I'm not calling them anything that they're not. I don't have to call them, this, that, and the other. You see what they do. They chose this lifestyle. Many people have seen what they do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I say, like, who's talking to these guys? But I get what you're saying. Hey, he got in and what happened, and he needed a little bit more of that.
Right. He needed a little bit more. Started
But
making
that
those
still
promises.
goes back to this older woman. She knew what she was doing. She knows the procedure. She knows how to put it on him. She got the experience. I feel that's why I said to me it feels predatory. It just does because they know this. She knew who she was dealing with the same way that he knew who he was dealing with. Not taking any of that off of him. He knew it. He knew it. Now he's paying for the decisions that he made. He's
Right.
paying for it right now. But I will not leave this side of saying that some of these women, they know what they're doing. They're going to get these young athletes, and that's their goal. Some
Oh,
of
most
some of
definitely.
these women want to be a baby mama. They want that because they're looking. I mean, I'm sorry that happens to be their goal, but we know it to be true because they know I can get this guy caught up for 18 years. I'm getting ready to get this child support. I'm getting ready to get this maintenance, and that's all they want. And then you
Yep.
got the same. You got some women who just, I mean, they truly know how to pimp themselves. They gonna get the money, and it ain't just you. They gonna get money from you. They gonna get another money from the other one, and from the other ones, and they out there just pimping it, pimping the game. They really know how to, being a real pimp about it. I don't know. Somebody need to talk to him. I see Donald Brown said she pimped him. I agree. I agree, man. But let me ask you something, Donald. How speak on that? Speak on that a little bit. Type a little bit more because, yeah, I feel like she did pimp him. And there's definitely a big power dynamic because of her age, because of her experience. She's got a whole lot more experience than him. She knew exactly what to do. And I'm sure some guys have told him things that she does. Matter of fact, he saw the things that she does, and that's what he wanted.
Yeah, she definitely. I would agree. She definitely. After things got in there, she knowing who he is. She definitely took advantage, or uh, tried to stay around and do her thing. She definitely did that. So in a sense, she did pimp him.
Yeah, absolutely. I see Keep the Faith with Tori. She said, when I was in college, guys like him were targets. I disassociated myself with those type of females after I called them out on their stuff. Shaking my head. I see Donald here says, I saw the videos. She got a lot of them out there. She is a professional. Exactly. She knew what she was doing. So I feel like it was I still feel like it was a little predatory. And there are those women who do that. Like I said, we're not going to relate that. And this is my opinion. This is not Isaac's opinion. And I just want y'all to know it's me. It's me, Miss Tanya. It's me, Miss Tanya, with a 22-year-old son that say that if some 30-year-old woman come and putting it on my son like that, and she think that I don't think that she's a predator, she wrong. She wrong. I think that. And I didn't mean to say that, son. I'm sorry. because he
Yeah,
really not into all of the internet shenanigans for
he
sure.
probably gonna
But
say something to you if he watching.
I don't think he is. Don't y'all tell him I said that. Don't nobody say nothing. I'm trying to tell you. But listen, um, in respect to what she does, and in respect to porn and internet porn and sex being so readily available for young people to watch, and some of these unrealistic things that women like her do, like everyday, normal, loving women who are going to be married to you and in relationships with you are not doing those type of things. They're not. And I feel like porn has set young men up so horribly. That is not, some of those things that they're making you feel like that is natural, like that is really what people want. I'm not saying it doesn't feel good. I'm not in denial. But what I am saying, it is not typical. Some of those things are not typical, and they're putting young women in situations of having to be uncomfortable to live up to a sexual expectation from pornography when these women are doing this for a profession. I imagine when they're at home or if they have any type of other life, those aren't the type of things that they want to do. They're doing that for a profession. How they got into it, I don't know. I don't know. But that is a professional act, and I think porn could really be confusing. What is your thought on that?
I agree. It really can. And porn is for entertainment for men and women. And I think some people try to emulate that in their personal lives, and that's why they go after those women because they want some of what they just saw on that porn video. And it, the thing is, he now has to, with a baby on the way, and even the girl that he was with, she seemingly looks like a video vixen. Uh,
Right.
so it is what he does from here on out. Are you still going to go after these porn star like women as you go forward? Or are you going to be with that young woman? Uh, is there something going to come out next week? Is there something going to come out in 3 months that you're still kind of messing with these types of women? And if that is so, then all of this is just a figment of imagination because that's what he likes and that's what he's going to continue to do. So it's what he does from here on out that makes the difference.
I agree. I agree. I see we got K Rose in the building. K Rose said, "These older women better stay away from my brother." I hear you. But let me ask you guys a question, and I'm asking you guys who are out here listening too. Let's get this conversation a little bit more into the chat. I want to hear what you guys are thinking because I think you hear where Isaac and I stand, right? So let me ask this question. Do you think that there are societal double standards when it comes to the age gap in
Oh
relationships,
yeah.
like involving older women and younger men? I want to know how those double standards influence people's public perception and their judgment because y'all hear how I feel. I feel like these older women, I feel like they really did pray after him. They really did. I don't know if they have a history of having relationships with 22-year-old boys or young men. I don't know that they have. And if they have, it has been transactional. Yeah, they might have these relationships with, but it's online because that's their profession. So let me know what y'all think about that double standard. While you're thinking about that double standard, Isaac, is there anything else you want to say in respect to Zion and this whole thing that he's got? I don't even know what to call it. What he's gotten himself into.
It seems like he has a fascination with it. And again, like I said, if he has a fascination with it, he's going to continue to lose money. He's going to continue to be in these situations. And I just hope that his mom, that his dad, that somebody is slapping him upside the head and saying, "Son, what the hell are you doing?"
Right.
I hope his friends are saying the same thing. Dude, like you cannot go after those women like that or make those promises, or you got to be careful about the women that you date because they're going to come after you and things like this. And I hope
Okay.
that she doesn't cry, uh, uh, you know, rape or some kind of sexual thing that comes out 3 years from now because she wants money. So you
She
got to keep
can't.
all those things in mind when you're doing stuff like this.
Right. Well, because he's young. Like I
Right.
said, these are the internet babies. He's in that. He grew up on this stuff. You know, he grew up plugged in. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So, porn has been in young people's hand a lot earlier than people of my generations or generations before. There was a time when you wanted to get porn, you had to go out of your way to get porn. You had to, they had to go to video shops or people brought the magazines or whatever it was, and they had to keep them hidden. And, you had to have some kind of respect with your porn. You understand? If that
Right.
makes any sense. Do you feel what I'm saying? You
Hide your
did.
tape.
But now it is at the tap of your finger. It is with you 24/7 hours. Anytime you want it, you can click on it, right? These women are making a killing on, what is it called? OnlyFans?
OnlyFans. Yep.
Right. OnlyFans. So I feel like the conversation we need to be having, if we want to take something away from this, and I think that we should, a larger part of this conversation, besides the fact that I feel like this is predatory behavior, is that we need to be talking to our young men, whether they're stars or not. We need to be talking to our young men about porn. We need to have real conversations about porn. They need to know that porn is entertainment, that they should not be expecting some of the acts that they are seeing. They should not, because it is entertainment. Now, your sexual relationships are supposed to be private, and that's going to be a conversation between you and that person that you're involved with. So whatever you discuss and whatever you decide to try and do is going to be between you, but it should not be an expectation because you have watched professional sex workers.
Right.
I see we've got Donald here in the comment. He said, yes, it's a double standard. Look at Jada Smith. Probably should have been locked up or sued because she took advantage of August. Woo. Hey. And that was a huge age difference. I don't like it. I wouldn't have liked it. No way would have been comfortable for me. And we're around the same age. And I got to tell you this, I can't even imagine being a woman attracted to one of my son's friends. I see him as my son's friend, who is his peer, who is a child to me. So I don't know where people go when they make that decision. I don't know. And I'm glad I don't know, because I guess if I knew, then I would be that type of person. I see we got Amari Fox in the building. He said, it's Jordan time. MJ has the machine to help him survive. What do you mean by that? Let me know what you mean by that, because I'm not so sure. I know you got some kind of metaphor in there, but I just don't get it right now. I see Donald. Okay, I read that one already. We got Voodoo here in the building. How you doing, Voodoo? Without question, there's a double standard. Rich professional men have been dating and impregnating strippers and porn stars for decades. The women have just been younger. Okay, I got you. It happens. What do you got anything to say about that, Isaac?
And he's right. And see, when there's strippers and they're porn stars, nobody cares. Nobody cares that man is 60 and that porn star is 25. Nobody cares about that because she's 25 and she's a porn star. So if the guy is 36 or 38 and that girl is 21, but she is a porn star and she's all over porn sites and all this, nobody cares about it. So of course there's always going to be a double standard there. And so I think that should be wrong as well. But when you're in that business, you're just in that business. And I guess age does not matter. But when you're out in this real world, it matters a whole lot.
You're right. Now, I got to be honest, as a young person growing up and even as a parent, I didn't necessarily know or think that I would have to have a conversation about porn. But I do think as a culture of people now, we really have to, when we're having that talk, I think we got to talk about porn. We do, because it's just too easy.
Yeah.
And we know it's too easy. And if we know it's too easy and we're not having those discussions, because I feel like a lot of young people, their first interaction with any type of sexual activity or gratification, particularly when it comes to young men, probably is porn related. I'm just gonna be honest about it. It probably is. So I feel like we've got to be having some conversations about this because they don't know it would seem normal to them because they're looking at a woman, they're looking at acts that are being performed by people, so they're thinking that this is what's up, this is what I'm supposed to get, this is what they're expecting. What do you think?
I agree. Nothing else to add to that. You said it all there.
All right, respect. I see Amari here. He says Michael Jordan has situation and has a PR machine to make things go away. Zion is a Jordan athlete. I'm sure Michael can give him some direction. Respect. I can dig that. I really and I do think it's going to go away. It is. There's something else is getting ready to happen. Somebody's getting ready to do something in the news, and it's going to take our mind away from it. It is. And to be honest, we shouldn't be involved in people's sex life. The young lady put this out here.
Yeah.
She was hurt. She got hurt because I guess she sees somebody getting a piece of the bread. That's what it is. I see Keep the Faith with Tori. She says, younger is not appealing to me at all. I have always preferred older men, but to be honest, more than 5 years or either end is not good to me. Yeah, I dig it. We got Genesis here in the building. She says, Zion left a lane open. If he was preyed upon, he could have hit and never gone back. But he is no more vulnerable to spending the money he has on what he wants to spend it on. He knows well what he has access to. He knows a porn star is risky, that is risky. That's anything they like. Okay. It's power for him as a man no matter what age. All men don't like porn, threesomes, etc. Zion should learn and make the proper adjustments. Absolutely. Absolutely. And listen, he's young. He's got to learn some things. But you're right. I'm not at all insinuating that all men like porn, but what I'm saying is that porn is readily available to everyone now. And that's men and women. Because it's in the palm of your hand. Ooh, that didn't sound too good. Voodoo Child, he says 20 years ago, the WAP video or a Little Nas X video would be lightweight pornography. You're right. I remember the days when Madonna was our most risky artist. You remember that?
Yeah, that's the one she kissed the girl on stage, ain't it?
Yeah, she was the most risky person. And who else was really risky? What's his name? Uncle Luke.
Yeah.
They made Uncle Luke look like a real granddaddy uncle right now. Imagine that. Buddha said, I just subscribed to Tori and Genesis only fan page. Uh-oh. He cutting up, y'all. He cutting up.
Oh, God. But I hope...
Go ahead.
I hope he comes out of this thing strong. I hope he learns from it. I hope he understands what type of women to go out. I'm not telling him to live his life. If he's not with that young lady and they just happen to have a baby together, listen, go live your best life. But if you're going to do it with some people, get some NDAs, do it with some people that are genuine in nature and not just out to get your money and make you embarrassed.
I agree. I think he's going to be all right. And I think, like I said, the larger conversation we can have out of this is let's talk to our young people about porn and the fact that it is entertainment. Let's do that. Number one, let's also let's have those discussions about what we think are some reasonable age gaps, what could look predatory and what could really be predatory. Let's just have the conversation. We're not trying to run someone's life, but let's at least have the conversation. But we're going to switch up off of Zion for a minute because I asked you guys about that double standard. I asked you about it as it relates to men, as it relates to women. We got something else in the news. Big age gap. Y'all know Khalees out here with Bill Murray. Khalees Milkshake brought Bill Murray to the yard. He's 72. I had to go back. I'm serious. I had to go back. Had to go back and watch Ghostbusters because I wanted to see for myself what I might be seeing or what I might not be seeing. I don't know. I don't know. He is funny though. He funny.
You can
I'm
go on
gonna
down to
tell you the
Charleston to
truth.
see him. That's where he lives. Go on down to Charleston.
What y'all think? I see Keep the Faith Torch. You said yuck, Khalid. Come on. Why you say yuck?
Yeah,
What's up with that? Why
I
you
think
say
it's horrible. It's horrible. I really think she knows that he's probably not going to be around for a long time. And she went in there. Before long, you're going to see that they're married, and she going to get that man money. It's a money grab. It's a
Do
money
you
grab.
really
There's
think
no
it's a
way
money
she
grab?
thinks it's a money grab. There's no way that Khalees thinks that Bill Murray is physically attractive in the type of woman that she is. There's no way you thought that Bill Murray was attractive. There's no
She's
way.
beautiful.
Right.
But I want to ask a question. Does your mate have to be attractive to other? Like, is
Yes.
physical attraction the
Yes.
only thing and basis of a relationship?
It's not the only thing, but I want to be able to look across the room and get immediately turned on from somebody that I'm with. I don't got to get to know you. You ain't got to tell me nothing. It's just me looking at you and I get turned on. Yeah, so physical attraction is definitely there.
Okay, I don't know. I'm looking at her and what I perceive her mindset to be. She's living out on a farm. She's doing her cooking thing now. Like I said, she's a beautiful girl. I'm sure she has her pick of men, per se. She's just gone through a lot. Her husband very recently died. So,
Like where were they at
I don't
together?
know.
Like
Say
how
that again.
like where were Bill Murray and Khalees? Like where were y'all at for
You
y'all
know
to
what?
even be like that close to each other to talk? Like where were y'all? Like how did y'all even because I don't see them in the same room or going to the
I
same places to be in the same. So where were y'all that this thing happened?
listen. I don't know the particulars of that, but I can see them being in the same space because they're both artists. You know what I mean? And they both have. I mean, she's worth about 4 million. He's worth about 180 million. So I mean, I
Right.
know her millions not the same as his millions, but she's not exactly. She's not in a food line. So what I'm saying is I can understand where they could have possibly been somewhere at the same time because they still have wealth. She still would be considered wealthy. You know what I mean?
I don't see it. A 75-year-old Bill Murray with a early 40s. Khalees,
She's like 43. He's 72.
there's no way I see them in the same a nasty artist, singer, and an old movie star. I don't see you in the same room.
Wow. I
I
can
don't
I
I don't see
can. I can. And I still question whether or not I mean, maybe she likes talking to him because obviously like everything, every conversation, I mean, everything starts with a conversation. Yeah, there has to be some type of attraction, but you could actually have a conversation with someone. He's a funny guy. I could see
yeah.
him like I know how I am. And I almost don't even like saying this over some open internet ways, but if you make me laugh, you got my attention and I promise you we will be talking. You can get me with the funny. You really can.
Uh-oh.
But
Some guy goes and grabs his pad and start writing jokes for the next time he sees you.
I'm serious. But you dig what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I got
I I can almost see how that could happen. And I do feel like they could be in similar rooms. She is in places. He is in places. That's not impossible for me to imagine. And my thing is, I'm trying to figure out what gave him the nerve to go talk to her more so than her entertaining the conversation with him, because when he comes up to talk to her, whatever the case may be, I'm sure, of course, she knows who he is. I'm sure she had a certain respect. She seems like a respectful enough person if she's going to meet someone, and they got in a conversation. Now, I don't know what the joke was. I don't know what joke he told, but he might could probably sell that.
Mm-mm.
I see we got some comments coming through here. Genesis says, Khalees trying to secure her future is not love.
Thank you.
All right, all right. I got to let y'all say what y'all say. I said what I said. Voodoo Child said, Khalees milkshake is made out of spoiled milk. Oh, Lord. Also got another comment here from Genesis. You said, after Nas, yes, it has been some attraction. At this age, wisdom is a given. What else you got? You understand me? I think I'm interpreting what you're saying, because
She said after Nas, who's a physically attractive guy, you wouldn't go to somebody who's not physically attractive. And wisdom at 75 is already there. So what else does he have for her? I mean, what else he got to offer? Because he ain't physically attractive.
well, I've been out with some people that are not physically attractive. Like, I've actually dated people, and people were like, "Oh my gosh, what in the world are you doing with him?" And like, attraction was not. It wasn't the physical thing for me. It was something totally different. I can't give out all my stuff online. I already told you about the funny, but I'm that type of person. I really am, and I think a lot of y'all know that. Look at my past. Look at my past. And I'm also of the type of person, like, I never worried about dating someone that I necessarily thought, oh, he fine, or whatever the case may be. It never was that thought, because hell, I had enough confidence in myself, and I felt good enough in myself. If this person was someone I could communicate with, we could talk, or whatever the case, whatever that attraction was for me, it didn't have to be physical. Because I'm like, hell, I look good enough for this whole damn relationship. He ain't got to look good.
Okay,
You
two
did?
snaps.
I see Keep the Faithful Tory said, old and wrinkly. Wait, I can't even get past that. Pink and shrinkish, okay? Enough said. He is not attractive. Right, Isaac? I want some type of physical attraction. Wow, y'all. But don't we all get old? Aren't we all going to age? So is it really always going to be about attraction? I'm that's all I'm asking.
It won't always be there, but baby, we got to start. We got to start there. Now, if you get ugly or get
Wow.
unattractive as we go forward, then now it's about the love. I've been with you 4 years, and the physical attraction start to wear off when you, well, not 4 years, as let's say 50, 60, and the physical attraction starts to go away. I love you now. I'm in love with you now. So of course, it's other things. But when
Well,
I
you making
first
me
start
feel
out,
y'all making me feel a type of way. Y'all making me feel like the time clock has just ticked on past my life. I just celebrated my 54th birthday. You understand
ooh,
me?
ooh, 54,
54. I'm
still
not
young.
young. I'm not going to be young again. I can't compete with young youth beauty, what they got going on. So I would hate to be judged and think that I can't be loved because I'm older, because I'm not what is considered physically attractive. Y'all
But
y'all
some
breaking
guy
an
your
old woman
age
heart.
is gonna find you attractive.
Say that again.
Some guy your age is gonna find you attractive.
Well, I mean, sure, and I'm not saying that I don't have people who find me attractive, but I'm talking for a larger population of us. I'm making this inclusive. There's going to be younger people, Khalees, and it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be my physicality that attracts the person. It doesn't,
This
because
this this is my thing. This is my thing. If you're walking in the mall and you see and a 340-pound guy just comes up just sloppy, you don't know nothing about him. You don't know his character. You don't know his morals. You don't know nothing. So the only thing you have to go off of is physically what he looks like. So physically, at that point, are you going to give him a chance? Because you know nothing else. I can tell you
Okay.
now, a
I
340-pound woman comes up to me in the mall, we ain't got nothing to talk about. No, I'm talking
mhm.
to somebody. Sorry. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. But if she's fit, she looks good, I can talk to you. Now I want to see what your character is. Now I want to see what your conversation is. And if that's whack, then I won't talk to you all together. But that first thing has to be a physical attraction.
Okay. I feel you. I feel what you're saying, but hear me out here. Because for me, and maybe it is, I can't even say it's because I'm older, because I've always been like this. And like I say, if you look at my past, I haven't really dated what people consider attractive people. So you all can take that and know that I'm speaking from a truth. For me, when I meet a person, or if a person comes and have a conversation with me, or want to have a conversation with me, I don't automatically think that they're trying to holler at me, or that this is get ready to turn into a relationship or anything like that. I don't have any preconceived idea about that. Like I really am for, number one, the politeness, the conversation, and I can talk. Doesn't mean that it might not go further than that. But if that person talks to me and they strike me, and there's something that we can vibe on and we build a friendship, because some people start dating out of a friendship. It's not like all of this may not have been just like an automatic thing. I have ended up in relationships with people who I haven't been attracted to based out of us being friends. I got to know them, and there were things beyond what could have been an attraction. Now, I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm only saying that I understand that how that can happen. You dig what I'm saying?
I got you.
Yeah, so she may not be going after the money, because I'm sure he went and initiated the conversation. Or you know what? I'm not sure, because I don't know. But whoever initiated the conversation, however they started talking, and they build this friendship, and then based on things beyond that friendship, and they build something, and something came out of it. I can see how it could happen with a person of a mindset that it appears, in my opinion, that she has, and he as well. I just do. I don't know. I know everybody's saying she's it's for the money. I just don't naturally think that. I see keep Voodoo Child says she went for Bill Murray because Bill Cosby wasn't available. Oh, okay. Keep the faith with Tori. She says, but I have had a family member date a man that was 40 years older. He was older than her mother, and she was in love with that man. We were looking at her crazy. She loved him until the end. Absolutely. It can happen, right? I see K. Rose says, but what if he's physically attractive to her? Everyone isn't attracted to the same type of people. You know what? This must be my child. Let me read that again. But what if he's physically attracted to her? Yeah. What if she does find him attractive? We didn't think about that. He could be.
Everybody call him ugly, he ugly.
I think you just evoked the spirit of my grandma. Because trust me, I've heard that one before. Oh, Lord, help me out. I played events in Charleston where Bill Murray was in attendance. Bill Murray has no problem approaching women of all age groups and keeping them verbally entertained. That's what I'm saying. I can see that. That's the part I'm talking about. Like, I can see how they initially started talking. He seems like that type of guy. Just because he is of an age now doesn't mean that he still doesn't have that charisma, that conversation. He's got something to offer besides his physical attraction. And I don't know. I don't know if the girl is chasing this money. I don't know. Who is this we have here? I don't want to butcher your name.
That's your horror.
Chahara? Okay,
Yeah.
she says, I know that's right. All right. I see Genesis here. She said, Miss Tanya, dang, she done used my last name and everything. I'm scared to read the rest. She said, Miss Tanya Mormon. So you think Khalees doesn't want sex anymore? Listen, do you think because she in a relationship with him that she can't have sex anymore? Come
With
on
him?
now. I didn't say with him. She said,
So what's the
she
point of the
said,
relationship? See?
she said sex anymore. But guess what? What if she doesn't?
I don't know.
What if sex is not what if
That's
that's
what the
not what she's
nasty
looking
is,
for right
artist.
now? And
That's what
let's
the
keep in
nasty.
mind her husband just died. She's in a grieving. Who knows what she wants from a relationship now? It might not be sex. It might not be attraction. Who knows what agreement they have together? We don't know.
Mm-mm.
We don't.
She going after that man money.
KE says he's laughing, or she, I don't know. KE's laughing and said, I need some type of physical attraction. I'm sorry. LOL. Donald Brown said, black age difference. Okay. I don't know what that means, but okay. Keep the Faithful Torah says, man, listen, let me tell you. I look back on a person I dated and I was like, wait, what? But he drew me in with his conversation. He got in my head. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. It can happen. KE agreeing with Isaac. Right, Isaac. I ain't saying Isaac wrong, y'all. I'm just giving an opposing opinion. Keep It Faithful Tori say, yay, 54. That is still young. Listen, girl, I don't need no cheerleader on my 54 because I feel good. And you know, I ain't going to tell y'all what be going on in my DM, but it don't be no 54. I'm going to tell you that. K. Rose said, age and attractiveness aren't mutually exclusive. Who raised this girl? Who raised you, K. Rose? What you mean age and attractiveness aren't mutually exclusive? Now, I kind of agree with that. I agree with that. Because, you know, it's some beautiful older people out here. You know, we might be listening to one. Voodoo says, double standard for Bill Murray. We have older black actresses dating younger men left and right. I agree with you. I agree. Keep the Faithful Tory said, K. Rose, that's true. Then we've got Genesis here. She said, and Cher should get what she can. Bill thing isn't working, and he looks gross and really wrinkled in the face. Hate to see that booty. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. I didn't even want to go there. You talk about the booty. What about the balls? Oh, Lord. But anyway, I'm sorry.
Y'all cutting up today.
But guess what? That may not be what she's in it for. Come on, Shakar. Something has to grasp me beyond looks as well, though. Simply because it will change. But being 30 and having children with just any old looking somebody isn't ideal. You're right. But feel your beauty. Feel some love. Voodoo Child says, yuck. I've got Genesis here says, she's going after the bag, Miss Tanya Mormon. If you don't stop putting that Mormon, well, I am Tanya Mormon, but you making me feel like you scolding me. I got to read this like how I know you saying it. She's going after the bag, Miss Tanya Mormon. She's going after the bag. Okay. I'm just saying. All right. That's what the people, listen. All the people saying that. I get it, y'all. Let me see what K-Ro's saying here. But y'all still, what? I shouldn't have put this up.
Right.
But y'all stay out of her DM. Don't touch my Doritos and don't touch my mama. Listen, man, as you see, everybody, we went from Zion to the Khalees, so we've got these different age gaps. It is happening out here. They're two totally different situations, but it seems like they all have a component that you guys feel like it has to do with money.
Gotta deal with money. There's no other way.
But you all know that y'all got some aunts and some uncles and maybe your mama and your grandma who really have men who are 10, 20 years older than them. You know
Hmm.
it. And it has nothing to do with money. And it has nothing to do with looks. And so that's where I was hoping you all would look and not just think about it just in the stars life, because this is stuff that's really happening in the real world. Older men really date older women, and some older women do date older men. Just to put another star into the mix, if you look at a relationship that seems to be going well, we don't know. But if you look at Gabrielle and Dwayne Wade, she's 10 years older than he is. I mean, I don't necessarily feel like she was with him for the money, but I don't want to get into that conversation. But
She
it
rich and he rich.
happens. Say that again.
She rich and he rich, and they were over 30 when they got together. He was over 30. So I
Yeah,
mean,
and
yeah.
okay, and see, and that's what I was talking to you about. Like, if the people are over 30, I feel like this doesn't matter. So I'm glad we can agree with this. That's why I feel like Khalees and Bill Murray are fine. She's 43.
I don't
Dig it,
know, 75 and 43. Woo!
child.
There's so many
I don't.
facets to that though. Mm. I'm gonna, have, I'm gonna have to go with Genesis and say Tanya Mormon, Tanya Mormon. I don't know.
Oh no. All right, y'all. We've had the conversation, Isaac. I appreciate you, man, for always be willing to have a conversation and to give us just a couple point of views that maybe we hadn't thought about. You know, that's what make a conversation great.
Thank you. I always enjoy coming on.
All right, man. Are
All
you
right.
going to be anywhere else soon, or should we look for you anywhere else soon? What you got going on?
I'm nowhere soon. I am home. I'm resting this week. A little under the weather, so I'll be here.
All right, man. Well, I did hear you with the little sniffle back there. So go ahead and
Yes.
take care of yourself. Drink yourself a cup of tea. Make some soup or something. Get an
Yes.
old lady to make you some soup, Isaac. Get an old lady to make you some soup.
We're gonna get a 65-year-old.
That's what I'm saying. All right. All right, man.
All
Thank you for
right.
coming in.
All right.
All right, good people. Y'all, we've had a conversation. You take this conversation off of here. You take it out of here and think about it. Are some of these behaviors predatory? I really do feel like they're predatory if anybody is in their 20s. If there is somebody in this relationship who is not over their 30s, I want us to question that. I want us to think about talking to our young people about the effects of pornography. We should be talking about them, about the effects of pornography on your relationships, what you're thinking, how you're viewing other people sexually. You need to be thinking about that, okay? Think about that. And we got to think about these double standards. I'm not so upset about the double standards because I really want to leave it with if one of the persons, well, not one of the persons, if both of these people are over the age of 30, let these grown people mind their business. But when we're talking about 22-year-olds, 23-year-olds, people whose brains are not even fully developed, leave these young people alone and let them grow. If you feel like you love them that much, let them grow up. Let them grow up and see if the love is still there. Let them come back. That's what it is. Now, I'm going to get off this topic. I don't even want to talk about it no more. If you see me in the streets, don't even remind me about it. If you want to have the conversation, talk to it. Talk to somebody else. If you want to hear this again, hit the replay. Hit the replay. Because I'm done. The boy's going to be all right. He's made some mistakes. We all have made some mistakes. It's just that a lot of us haven't had to make our mistakes in front of everybody. All of our business didn't have to come up in front of everybody. And stop being so vindictive. Stop being so vengeful. Stop acting like you can't get your feelings hurt and when you get on the other side of a relationship and it goes wrong. Stop trying to ruin a person with what were supposed to be personal events. Stop taking pictures of people when they're sleeping next to you and they don't even know that you're taking pictures of them. Stop violating them that way. Something is wrong with you. You should not be doing that. And I don't care what happens. I don't care who was right. I don't care who was wrong. You would never be right in my eyes if you are screenshotting conversations and publicizing it. You would never be right in my eyes if you are taking a picture of a person who is sleeping next to you. They trusted you. They trusted you. So at the very least, they've let their guards down and they're sleeping, and you are taking advantage of them. You have no goodwill towards them, because if you did, you would never do that. You would never consider doing that. You are saving receipts for a reason, because you know that it's not going to work out. And if you have that thought already, then it's not. Y'all got to learn to be better. Y'all got to learn how to break up better. There's nothing wrong with the relationship breaking up. There's nothing wrong with the relationship breaking up. But y'all need to learn how to break up. This is ridiculous. Social media should not be used for these type of purposes. I don't like it. I don't like it. You're wrong. And somebody need to tell you that you're wrong. All right? Now I'm just gonna get off my stool here a minute, get off of it. You know? My soapbox, I should say. I'm gonna get off of it. But y'all know it. You know you're wrong. You know you're doing dirty. You're doing a person dirty that you actually let sleep next to you. A person that you shared your body with, and you doing them that dirty. That tells me what you think about yourself. You're dirty. You're straight up dirty. Somebody need to tell you. Now what we gonna do, y'all? We get ready to breathe this thing out. We get ready to breathe. I'm getting ready to relax because I need it. I need it. All right? I want y'all to have a good day. I don't know if we made this make sense for you, but I know you got some things you need to be thinking about. You absolutely do. Now let's breathe this thing out. Let's do some breath work. Inhale to the count of 4. Hold that a few seconds. Exhale. Hold that a few seconds. Inhale again. Hold a few seconds. Exhale. And hold that a few seconds. Inhale one more time. Hold a few seconds. And exhale. Yeah. Now, don't you feel great? I feel great. I appreciate you guys. And if nobody gave you a smile today, if nobody smiled today, you just close your eyes and give yourself a big smile and see how that feels for you. Right? Y'all be great out here. It's what we do. One love, y'all.